Hi, first graders, and welcome to Chapter 8 of Junie Be First Grader, Aloha-ha-ha. We are going to read Chapter 8 today, and Chapter 8 is called Clicking. So, here we go. We hiked and hiked to the end of the trail. Then Donald gave us granola bars. Plus, also, we drank Gatorade. Donald liked my flower head. You look like a walking leihau blossom, he said. I did a frown at that word. A lehua wada? I said. A lehua blossom. The flowers in your hair are red lehu blossoms, he explained. Leihau blossoms are a favorite food source for a little red bird called an apapane. I stared at that man for a real long time. You have way too much information in your head, Don, I said. Donald laughed real loud. Then I laughed too. Only it wasn't actually a joke. After we rested, we started to hike back to the bus. Mother and Daddy and I went last again. Only this time I had to walk even slower on account of the flowers kept falling out of my hair. And so I had to keep picking them up and putting them back. Come on, Junie Bee, said Mother. We need to stay up with the others. If the flowers fall out of your hair, you'll just have to leave them. I did a frown. But I worked very hard at this flower arrangement, I said, and I don't want to go back to the bus empty-handed. Mother thought for a minute. Then she picked up more flowers from the trail, and she wove them in all over my head. Plus, also, she used some bobby pins to hold them there. There, that ought to do the trick, she said. Now come on, let's go. We've got to catch up. And so the both of us started to run. Only too bad for me, because all of a sudden my shoe came loose. And so I quick sat down on the trail to tie it. And that is the last pleasant hiking memory I have. Whoosh. The noise zoomed by my ear. Whoosh. I did a gasp. A teensy red bird flew right by my face. I sat there real frozen. The bird fluttered and flapped and chirped and twerped and dipped and swirled, and then plop! That crazy bird landed right on top of my head. My mouth tried to shout, but no words came out. I quick stood up and tried to shoo him away, but he just flapped and flopped and fluttered some more, and he kept right on staying there. Then finally, my voice came back to normal. Bird! Bird! 911! Bird! Dad! Mom! Bird! Mother and Daddy came running back to me. Their mouths fell all the way open. Then they tried to shoo the bird away too, but it still kept flapping and flopping and fluttering up there. Suddenly, Mother covered her mouth with her hand. Oh my gosh, I think it's stuck, she said. I think it's tangled in your hair. My eyes got big and wide at that news. Tangled, I said. The bird is tangled in my hair? Are you kidding me? I raised my screech even louder. It's tangled! It's tangled! 911! Tangled bird! I hollered. All of the bus people came rushing at once. Plus, Donald came rushing back too. He came to a stop in front of the group. Then he quick gathered himself together and he started giving orders. Okay, I need everyone to go back to the bus now, he said. Please. The old people hurried away. Then Donald turned to Mother and Daddy and made his voice very calm. Okay, Mom and Dad, step away from the bird, he said. Mother and Daddy looked at each other. Then they both stepped away. After that, Donald walked to me real slow, and he squatted down next to me, and he held my hand. Are you okay, honey? He said. I rolled my eyes. I I've got a bird on my head. Here, Don, how can I be good? I said. Donald smiled. I don't know. You look pretty brave to me, he said. I thought for a minute and did a sigh. I'm not, Donald. I am not brave, I said. I'm afraid of jellyfish and eels. Donald shrugged. Join the club, he said. After that, he gave me a pat and he told me my final instructions. Just hold your head perfectly still, he said. I'm going to walk behind you and untangle this little guy, okay? My heart pounded real hard. Okay, I said back. I stood as still as could be. Donald's voice kept talking real quiet and calm. In all my years as a nature guide, I have never seen a sight like this, he said. I raised my eyebrows. Really, Donald? I said. Really, he said. I wish I had a picture of this. A picture of this would be 1 in a million. That's when it hit me. I did a gasp. Donald, I have a camera, I said. I pointed to my backpack lying on the trail. It's right in there. Mother covered her mouth. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that, she said. Then she bent down real slow and she got the camera from my backpack. And click, click, she took a picture. I kept on staying still. I felt Donald pick up the bird real gentle. And he untangled its feet from my hair. Click, click. Mother took another picture. Then, hooray! Donald held out his hands and he showed me the teensy little red bird. Look, see? Not one feather harmed, he said. Good job, young lady. I smiled, real relieved. Good job to you too, Donald, I said. He winked at me. How about if you and I go release this little fella back to his tree, he said. He's going to have a pretty exciting story to tell all of his friends, isn't he? I thought about show and tell. Yes, I said, we both are. After that, I took the camera from my mother, and me and Donald went down the trail a little way. Donald set the little bird on a rock. He kept his hands around the bird real gentle. Ready? Said Donald. Ready, I said. Donald took his hands away, and flap, flap, the bird started to fly. I began snapping pictures very fast. Click, 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 click. Then, zoom, it flew away. For a second, I stood there real silent. Donald stood real silent, too. Whoa, I said finally. Wow, said Donald. We looked at each other and smiled. I aimed my camera one more time. Click, click. My new friend, Don. I hope you enjoyed Chapter 8. We only have one more chapter left tomorrow, Chapter 9. So come back to see what happens at the ending of our story. Bye, friends.